a Dredfunn original production. Please sit back and enjoy.
Hey guys, Dredfunn here with another one of my uploads. Savage Dragon, number 4 in Dredfunn's top 10 superheroes. For me, Savage Dragon was a huge influence on my artistic career. I didn't catch on to the Savage Dragon until later on, usually I think it was around my early 20s, and I ended up collecting them for a number of years. I even got this, I brought this out of the old crate box. A Talk with God, Savage Dragon. This was a graphic novel, one of my favorites of all time. Real mind-blowing book. For those of you that don't know, Savage Dragon was created by Erik Larsen. It was originally created as the dragon character, which was a little bit different for the graphic fantasy number 1 in 1982. It wasn't until 1986 that the Savage Dragon character that we know and love was created, and he appeared in Megaton Man number 3. After that, things moved along, and Erik Larsen eventually got, a couple mini-series that led to the ongoing series. And for those of you that don't know, Savage Dragon, he's not one of the top 2 big companies. He's part of Image Comics, which splintered off from the regular comic industry in the 90s and created their own bunch of founders. Savage Dragon, he's got super strength, incredible healing factor. He's an amnesiac, or he was, for most of his storyline. He basically woke up in a burning field having no idea who he was. Obviously, he knew he wasn't normal. I mean, he was a 5'10", 2-toed green guy with a giant fin on his head. So, I mean, kind of knew he was different. Things moved along, and he ended up becoming a Chicago cop. Later on, leader of Special Operations Strike Force, SOS. The whole thing was written and drawn by the original creator, Erik Larsen. It's one of the comics in Image that is still going and still run and controlled by the original creator. Even though Savage Dragon now is no longer an amnesiac, he has found out that he used to be an evil tyrant overlord. I guess his name was Emperor Kerr. And a couple of his scientists decided to thwart his efforts to take over Earth, and they made him an amnesiac, feeding him full of satellite information from Earth, and they dumped him in this burning field. And basically that's how the Savage Dragon became the guy we know. And right about now in the comics, from what I gather, because I no longer collect any of the comics, I stopped in and around the Savage World series. So I just got out of the collecting industry and just sort of focused on myself for a while. So a lot of the time it's his son Malcolm that he had with Rapture. And in this world you have mutants, but they're known as freaks, and so Malcolm is a half freak and half alien, I guess, and he's taken over for his dad in a lot of aspects for the comic. The image itself was a lot of fun to draw. I did it in my comic book style, and as I said, Savage Dragon was a huge influence to me. The fact that it's a creator-owned, creator-written, creator-designed comic book that takes place in the real world, real time, meaning Savage Dragon ages. That if you collect the comic for 7 years, he's going to be 7 years older throughout that comic. And that's why his son has taken over, and eventually I imagine Larsen will have Malcolm as the full-on Savage Dragon. To me, that really appeals to my creative instincts. I love it when an artist is also the writer, because that's how I like to approach a lot of my own work. So heavily influenced, and a lot of his ink work. I mean, I think a lot of people underrate Erik Larsen as an artist and a creator. The fact that he can do it all and does it all, I mean, and it looks top of the line. I think the only thing he doesn't do is color the actual comic. So this was a lot of fun. I'm having a blast doing this top 10. If you're new to this, please, tell me what your top 10 superhero list is in the comment section down below. Anyways, Dredfunn out.
This has been a Dredfunn.com production. Thanks for watching.